Good night. Two two short presentations. So, just for you, what is an open secret? So we have a community where certain things are taken for granted, so they don't speak about them. Why discuss something that they know? But outsiders come and they don't know what to ask, and it's still a secret for them. So I have a presentation about two secrets of that kind. So first about IPv6. So how two very big operators would take care that their IPv6 would be arranged properly and good connectivity. 2009, two operators, Hurricane Electric and Cogent, started a peering war. Started Cogent, who wanted money from Hurricane Electric, and broke peers, IPv4, IPv6. And so IPv6, Hurricane Electric managed to fix, but IPv6 failed. So this was the cake that they cooked and asked for peering, but peering didn't happen. That's the background. So years and a snippet from Google. Between those operators, no peering, no peering. Just oops, no peering. 7 years, oops, no peering. Now, according to Radar, these are the two main operators in user space. Tier 1, which is very important. Tier 1 doesn't have uplinks. Do you understand what it means? And they have peer does not announce anything to peer. IPv6 has been broken for 7 years, and everybody knows. Those people just remember, oh yeah, that's the trick, but the industry got used to it. So this is the looking glass, the magnifying glass. That's what it shows in Cogent as of Saturday. Saturday was not long ago. Industry got used to it, clients don't know. So in IPv6, there is no global connectivity, no IP transit. You cannot call it a situation when there is no global connectivity and IP transit. Industry got used to the fact that it doesn't exist. But those who joined later do not even suspect that it may happen. They don't even ask that, but though, if you look at Google, who spoke, starting with the Randy Bush from what to? Do we have people here who spoke about it? Well, that's the case. This was the first presentation, and just to cheer you up, to add some energy. And in fact, probably some community action is required, something else. But two main client, IPv6 client holder cannot make it. So definitely the home addresses it, but still it compromises sustainability. So you need to know about this story. And the second one, you seem to like it. So this presentation is made partially by Pavel Lunin, but he's out of Russia, so I will fill in for him. So Root Tracker was born in 2004, got large user base and many positive stories about many awards for contribution, and then So it was a case, positive stories and negative stories up to blocking the domain name and some other cases. So November 2015, a court will decide to block root tracker org in Russia forever. Permanent, yeah, for good. 4th of December, another decision about permanent blockage. But then on the 6th of December, root tracker makes training how to bypass overseas so that to avoid this blockage. So on the 25th of January, the decision comes into force, but on the 17th of February, Mr. Medvedev would open root tracker because he needs it and gets it.
So root tracker opened up, and so there is a kind of, and on the February the 27th, so we identified blind blocking for foreign users, not just by the decision of a certain authority, but when they just are not getting anything at all. And you just get timeout or a screen, blank screen, something like that. And then February 28, 29, we don't know what's happening. And so on March the 1st, 2016, and so then the availability has been restored. And what's happening? So then there's a query to root tracker, February 17, and then it contains a host root tracker org. That's what it looks like. So ping is on, TCP tracer out works, and the browser won't open it. So then until February 17 it worked, and so then all of a sudden it stopped working. Then a week later, suddenly, so we don't understand what's happening. Then it turns out that this picture is everywhere. So it applies to the whole world, and so the users from France, Israel, the United States, and Australia, and in Scandinavia. So they go to root tracker. They can get an access to root tracker, and then start complaining. Everyone starts complaining, and then when we studied it, so the preface of root tracker goes through the autonomous system, DDoS, guard. So these two autonomous systems, and these are the changes that occurred. The routing of the information changed, and this is the connection, DDoS guard connection. So the client part, and this is that's what the part that looks up to uplink, and so there are 4 operators here. 2 of them are Russian. So the analysis reveals Transtelecom, what's happening to Transtelecom. In Transtelecom, filtration is done. With the help of looking glass, with the help of /32, and this. So this table, and you can see the special box. So that does the filtering. So then, so thank God that Megaphone shows it, but they show that Megaphone is /32 in Looking Glass. They don't show anything. They just don't display anything. It's none. It's there. It's not there. They don't show. And then so then blocking at the trunk level. At the trunk level. So then the trunk guys blocked the resource. At their own trunk. The resource, and the service, the protection of those that the resource turned to, bypass the traffic at the trunk, and the whole world got it looks like the resource through this trunk are owners. So even if the IPN goes to Australia, then from IPN goes to TK, and says the traffic is blocked. The regulator's position. So we have. Someone who works at the ministry, so unknown. So we have our own mole there, right? And so then he put in a query, and he says, so we don't know anything about this regulation. That's why we do whatever we want to do. So then another guy, the things like this, it's illegal. Transtelecom decided not to respond, and they didn't answer at all. Yeah. Let's see how we fixed it. So then March the 1st. So this horrible list of community. And so these communities were added to take sure that the announcers that they gave to the case would not go outside Russia, and the traffic would go through uplinks that have nothing to do with Russian providers. And so these are the specifics of the story. If you want to read more about the red tracker, about blocking, so you can see it. And so conclusions: services that you connect. So then the DOS, they can interact with your information, analyze the connectivity before you take any steps. So first mistake that was made on the service part, on the content part. So the content did not analyze the connection of the service, connectivity of the service. They made all the steps to make sure that everything was done in the Russian Federation, be free outside the Russian Federation, but didn't analyze the connectivity, and that's why they wound up having this situation. And the second story is blocking at the trunk. So the trunk blocking is a bad practice, because it then immediately applies to the whole world. So because such blockings, they're not national blockings, so they're the whole world blockings. And that is why, if this is only one example, so and if it scales up, this problem, it becomes the challenge of the level of the whole world. So just don't do it, please. Thank you.